peeps? Crypto Navy here. Welcome back to the channel, baby. Yeah. Now, you can clearly see that my opponent here is using 5 legendaries, and I'm going to show you that Sinistcha is stronger than all 5 of them put together. Keep watching, baby. So since my opponent is intimidated by my overwhelming presence, he decides to lead with Hoopa, and I of course will lead with my boy Colossal. And I'm going to go ahead and use Stealth Rock here just to void any potential focus ashes my opponent may have. He lands in Hyperspace Fury, and my Colossal remains unfazed, baby. So I go ahead and deploy my Stealth Rocks. Let's get it. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and use Smoke Screen here, but Hoopa's faster, so he Rock Tombs my boy, dealing super effective damage, and that angers my Colossal, so he returns that with a Smoke Screen to Hoopa's eye, baby, yeah, lowering his accuracy, and he counters that with another Rock Tomb. That takes my boy down, but that's alright, he did great, and I'm proud of him. Next up, I'm gonna go with my boy Houndstone, and my returning viewers already know what's up. I'm gonna go with Yawn first, but Hoopa, obviously being faster, hits my guy with that Hyperspace Fury, dealing massive damage, and I hang on with that Focus Sash, so my boy is able to return the favor with that Yawn. Let's get it, baby. So I have given my opponent a choice here. He can either remain in battle while asleep with decreased stats, or he can choose to withdraw his Hoopa. He chooses to remain in battle, and he misses that Rock Tomb, which allows me to land this memento right before Hoopa's nap time. That was beautiful. Thank you, Houndstone. Take a bow. Now, I actually only plan to use Tatsugiri here depending on what happened in the previous turn. Had my opponent switched out, I would have used Tatsugiri, but since he stayed in, I decided to just go ahead with the plan and lead with my boy Dugtrio next. And of course, y'all already know my boy. If you're familiar with this channel, you already understand that Dugtrio here has Arena Trap. And in fact, from this point forward, my opponent will be completely unable to withdraw, and my opponent is probably realizing at the moment that he's completely stuck. Dugtrio is faster, so he moves first, and I waste no time while my opponent is asleep. I immediately use Memento, which further lowers his attack, and my opponent has no choice but to watch it all happen. Now it's time for my girl Gothitail to get her some action, and I open up with Light Screen. However, Hoopa finally wakes up from his nap time, and in a fit of rage, he uses Hyperspace Fury. Boom! But my girl tanks it.
You little bitch ass motherfucker.
As a quick side note, Gothitail is holding the Light Clay, which makes her shields last for 8 turns, and also my opponent probably realized right now that he's still stuck because of her Shadow Tag ability. He moves first and he lands a Rock Tomb here, but that does squat to my girl, which essentially gives me a free turn to use this Reflect. And with that done, I'm gonna go ahead and gamble on Hypnosis, but my opponent lands another Hyperspace Fury block, and my girl is able to tank that as well. Thanks to her shields, they're coming through, and she actually lands that Hypnosis. Now, I don't actually need Hypnosis here. It's just to make the situation safer for the incoming Pokemon, and I was only willing to use 1 turn for it, so I'm glad it worked out. Now it's time, baby, it's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
And I caught my boy Shiny, and Hoopa's still asleep. That's what's up. So now look, the reason for those 2 mementos and the Hypnosis was to force my opponent to withdraw here as soon as Sinistcha came out, which would have given me a free turn right here to use Nasty Plot had he withdrawn. However, since he decided to stay in, he basically sealed his fate. Keep in mind that the 2 screens are still in effect, and I'm taking full advantage of this situation, and I'm terrestrializing my babe. You can see I gave him the electric Terra type because it makes ground my only weakness, which I can easily counter. So, motherfucker wakes up. He hit me with that hyperspace and it does absolutely squat, which allows me to get in this second nasty plot right here. And at this point, I'm basically ready, baby. But I feel like toying with my prey here. So he misses that damn shadow ball and I get a third motherfucking nasty plot, baby. He desperately uses a shadow ball and he's able to land that, but it doesn't matter anymore, baby. His mistakes have caught up to him. My Sinistcha uses Trick Room and Hoopa stares with hopeless despair in his eyes. I'm ready to go on the offense, baby. And I go with Shadow Ball, understanding that I'm moving first in the next turn. Here it comes. And the motherfucker had a focus sash, like I said, hence why I'm using the damn stealth rocks. And my boy here thinks he did something. It's hilarious. My boy here thinks he did something, but just keep watching. Anyways, he swaps our defenses as an FU just before he dies, but it was a good try. My boy takes the L, shadow ball to the face, and my first victim down, baby. Let's get it. Next up, my opponent goes with Meloetta, and I'm just gonna go ahead and click Matcha Gotcha. And gotcha, Matcha. Woo! One hitter quitter. And that also replenished my health.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Next up is Giratina, and he takes a shadow ball to the nuts. Also, my Trick Room ends on this turn. Next up is my boy here. I forget his name, but immediately after entering the arena, he activates his ability Dauntless Shield, which raises his defense. And my opponent here is currently faster than me, so he's able to land this behemoth bash, baby, and he severely tickles my Sinistcha, and I quickly counter that with another Trick Room, and my defense here returns to normal as well. As I said, I'm not sure what Hoopa was trying. It was a good try, but it did absolutely nothing. Let's go. That wasn't a focus sash. He actually just took that and he was able to land another behemoth bash because of it, but that's alright, baby. My Trick Room is activated. I move first on this next turn, and he takes another shadow ball to the face. Let's get it. My boy Ogerpon is up next, and in a sheer act of desperation, my opponent decides to terrestrialize his Ogerpon, but to no avail. My Sinistcha hands him the L. And last but not least, we have Shiny Jirachi here. I don't think I've ever actually seen Shiny Jirachi, so it was a genuine honor here to have the opportunity to one-shot my boy. And that was that, ladies and gentlemen, the Sinistcha sweep. I hope you liked it. If you made it to the end of this video, I absolutely appreciate you. And if you happen to enjoy this video, then you may enjoy some of my other content as well. So do feel free to check that out if you so wish to. But with that said, again, thank you for watching. And I love you, baby. Mwah.